I'd like to try to be like her. After Brian wrote the note that said I was retiring, I went in his office, or maybe I just sent you an email. Where are you there? Said if I'd known you felt that way, maybe I would stay. That's how I feel today. This is just way overwhelming, and you know, that all that grain of salt and half-truth and all of that, you need to understand that. But I'm very grateful, and I'm especially grateful to my family. When many of you know that my husband came to work at Mission to the World, and that's kind of how I got here, because not quite 2 years after he came to be the church relations director, he got very ill with a brain tumor, and about a little less than a year and a half later he died. And 8 or 9 months after that, I came to work at Mission to the World and took over the front desk. One of the things that when he died, and I was indeed living in a landscape that I did not recognize, a strange and a foreign land, I asked the Lord, as I had read Psalm 137 many, many times, that I would not hang my harp on the willow tree, but that I would learn to sing the Lord's song in a strange land. That was a wonderful psalm for me, and there's so many things that I have thought about and written about what came out of that in my own life. But God has indeed given me that new song to sing, and it's still a song of Zion, but it's the Lord's song. It isn't my song, and it's the song He gives to sing in every strange and foreign land. And so I'm grateful. I can't tell you how grateful. Over these last few months, I've been thinking about what I've been allowed to do at Mission to the World, and I've just marveled and gone, what made anybody think I could do that with each step of the way. I'm grateful for Dr. Koistra's leadership and all that I've learned being under his leadership, and all of the training I've gotten at MTW. Now I'm trying to think, what am I going to do with it in this new and strange land I'm going to be living in. I'm grateful for the people that I've worked for, beginning with Mark Kyle, who some of you old-timers remember, Jeff Kyle's uncle. I worked for Bruce Terrell. Briefly, I worked for Floyd Simmons, and I told him I would know who I worked for when I could see who came in and did my evaluation at the end of the year. And then I worked for Brian, and I can't tell you how grateful I am for the leadership of all three of those very different men, all of whom are good friends, and who have taught me immeasurably by my interaction with them, by the ways that they lead and interact with people. So I'm really grateful for that. Of course, I'm grateful for my family. I'm just blown away by this event and by the things that they've had to say. You know, I really worked hard not to be the police, and it's probably a good thing I'm leaving, but every one of you put a nail in that coffin. But I thank you. I thank my brother, and I promise you what he said was only about half true, but I'm not kidding. And thank you all very much. I'll see you Monday.
I wonder what it would have been like if she hadn't worked hard at not being police.